Hello dear friends, I hope everyone is safe. Welcome to my channel. Today we start with second chapter of Geography, 6th standard. Let us use the graticule. Remember this figure in the previous chapter, chapter number 1, figure number 1.10, the graticules. We have seen that imaginary horizontal lines on the earth are called as parallels of latitude. So the horizontal lines, the sleeping lines going from east to west are known as the parallels of latitude, and the imaginary vertical lines on the earth are called as meridians of longitude. Vertical lines means standing lines. So imaginary vertical lines are called as meridians, and network of latitudes and longitudes on the earth is called as graticules. Students, you will be keeping the textbook open, page number 10, figure number 2.2. The world map should be in front of you. You can see the world map here with the oceans and the continents and the parallels and meridians shown here. Let us answer the following questions. What are the horizontal lines on the globe called? We have just seen horizontal lines or the sleeping lines or the lines going from east to west are called as parallels of latitudes. Here you will see the figure where you have the world map showing the different oceans and different continents. Let us see the different oceans of the world. The Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, we have the Southern Ocean here, and here will be your Arctic Ocean. Students, now we will see the different continents. There are in all 7 continents on this earth. There are 7 continents on this earth. Let us see them. The North America, South America, Africa, Europe, Asia, Australia, and here at the bottom you will be having the Antarctica. So there are 7 continents. After seeing the ocean and the continents, let us move ahead. List the continents and the ocean through which equator passes. You have to name the continents and the ocean through which the equator passes. The answer is here. South America, Africa, and Asia are the continents through which the equator passes. Let us see it in the globe. Here you can see, student, is your equator. You can see your equator is here. So let us see the continents through which this equator passes. It passes through South America, it passes through Africa, and this part of Asia. So the continent through which the equator passes are South America, Africa, and the Asian continent. Other part of the question was, through which ocean does the equator pass? So the equator passes, can you see, if this is your equator, it passes through Pacific Ocean, through the Atlantic Ocean, and through the Indian Ocean. So here you have the Indian Ocean. So it passes through Indian Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, and the Pacific Ocean. Let us move ahead to the next question. Encircle the intersection of 0-degree meridian and 0-degree parallel on the globe. Student, you know 0-degree meridian is your prime meridian and your 0-degree parallel means your equator. So you have to find out the intersection where these two important lines meet. Let us see on the globe. Here is your equator. Okay, this is your equator, and this is your, again, this is your equator, and this is your prime meridian. So this is the place You have to encircle this place which shows the intersection. Can you see? This is in the ocean, in the Atlantic Ocean near the African continent. So you have to find out the place where equator and the prime meridian or 0 degree parallel and 0 degree meridian meet. We move ahead to the next question. Which ocean are spread in all the 4 hemispheres? Atlantic Ocean and Pacific Ocean are spread in all the 4 hemispheres. But before that, let us understand what are the hemispheres. Now you know, students, that this 0 degree equator divides the earth into northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. Okay, 0 degree equator divides the earth into northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere, and this prime meridian divides the earth into the eastern hemisphere and the western hemisphere. So we have in all 4 hemispheres, northern, southern, eastern and the western. Now you have to find out, your question was, what was your question? Which ocean spreads in all the 4 hemispheres? So we want the ocean which is there in all the 4 hemispheres. So if this is your 4 hemispheres, can you see Atlantic Ocean is in all the 4 hemispheres. So also Pacific Ocean, it is in the northern hemisphere, it is in the southern hemisphere, it is in the eastern part, and it is also in the western hemisphere. So Atlantic Ocean and Pacific Ocean are the oceans which are in all the 4 hemispheres. We come to our next question. Which continents are spread in all the 4 hemispheres? The answer to it is Africa. Let us see how. By this time, students, you must be knowing what are the hemispheres. We know that equator divides the earth into northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere, and the prime meridian divides the earth into eastern and the western hemisphere. So the continent of Africa is in north, it is in south, it is in the eastern hemisphere, and it is also in the western hemisphere. So African continent is in all the 4 hemispheres. Let us go to the next one. At which 2 parallels do all the meridians converge? Now you must be knowing that meridians are the north-south imaginary lines. So north-south imaginary lines, the standing lines, the vertical lines are known as meridians. All the meridians converge at the north and the south pole. Let us see how. Here you can see that all the meridians are converging at this place, the north pole, and at the south pole. Okay, they will be meeting at the north pole and at the south pole. It will be very clear in the next diagram. You can see here the north pole and the south pole, all the meridians are converging. So can you see at this particular point, that is the north pole, and similarly in the southern hemisphere all the meridians will be converging. I hope the lesson is clear. Thank you, dear students.